Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Renee, and I help homeowners clean, declutter, and organize their homes for free. And today I've got a little bit of a challenge to go back to a bedroom closet and tackle a rack that's fallen. First, though, I have to be able to get into the closet to get to the rack. So I'm going to start by removing all the items, and the homeowner is going to be making decisions of what she wants to keep, donate, or throw away. So here's the backstory. This couple has been through a lot, years of merging their lives and memories, all while dealing with significant health issues. They've been incredible pillars of their community, serving meals to hundreds every week, even as they manage chronic medical conditions that limit their physical abilities. Fixing something like this closet rack is just too much for them right now. Because the rack fell down, they installed this blue container. And this container is going to be donated once I get it cleaned off. As you can see, the closet rack couldn't handle the load, so I'm going to remove it and plan to fix it today. But things don't always go as expected, so let's take a closer look. So once I get the blue container cleaned off, it's time to remove it to see what's back here. The homeowners are going to go ahead and donate this item. You can see all the holes in the wall where the rack was originally supposed to be. The rack fell about 6 months ago. The homeowner has mobility issues, which makes tasks like climbing, drilling, or patching drywall nearly impossible. Combined with the daily strain of managing their household and health, taking on a project like this just isn't feasible for them. I decided to start with the closet floor first. From stray shoes and misplaced purses to long-forgotten accessories, the floor has become a bit of a treasure hunt. Clearing this space not only makes the closet look more manageable, but also sets the stage for better organization down the line. In this far corner is boxes of candles. Once the floor is cleared, I can actually see what I'm working with, and I turn my attention to the overloaded rack. I carefully begin removing the clothes and give the homeowner an opportunity to sort through them and decide what stays and what goes. Speaking of the rack, I'm not entirely convinced it's securely anchored to the wall, so with every piece of clothing I take off, I'm breathing a small sigh of relief knowing we reduce the risk of another collapse. My goal here is to create a clean, safe space while setting the foundation for a sturdier solution in the future. Once the homeowner decides on all the clothes she wants to keep, I'll organize them by shirts, pants, dresses, and pajamas. This rack is very secure to the wall, but I want to make sure I don't overload it, so I'm going to disperse heavier clothes throughout the racks. So this side will be pajamas and jeans. I ran to the local hardware store to get drywall anchors to see if I can fix the rack. Behind the drywall, I discovered a layer of sheet metal which prevented the drywall anchors from expanding properly to secure the rack to the wall. Unfortunately, this means the fix is beyond what I can safely handle, so I'll need to leave this one to a professional. This is what it looks like outside the closet, and it looks like chaos. Boxes for trash, clothes for donation, and things to go through. In the meantime, I have to get creative. Without the extra rack for storage, I'll need to rearrange the items in a way that maximizes the available space while keeping things organized. But first I need to vacuum. The homeowner also invested in plastic containers to replace the old cardboard boxes. This is a fantastic decision, especially since they live in a hurricane-prone area. These containers will provide better protection for their valuables, keeping them safe from water damage and other risks that come with extreme weather. It's a simple yet effective upgrade for safeguarding their belongings. It also makes it easy to stack. This is the collections of purses she has narrowed it down to, and I ended up dividing them into two separate containers to keep them organized. Next up is organizing the shoes, and I have to ask, how many purses and shoes do you have tucked away in your closet? And be honest. And here's the real challenge. If you had to narrow it down, how many could you realistically keep? Let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear how you handle the purse and shoe dilemma. It took about 4 hours to clean out this closet and get it organized, and believe it or not, in this small space, I took 11,145 steps, walked 4.91 miles, and I burned off 412 calories. This shoe rack is falling apart and it'll go in the trash. This outlet doesn't have a cover, so when I went to the local hardware store, I picked up an outlet cover and put it on. Time to protect all of this paperwork into the plastic container. I am so glad I could help this family. Even though the rack situation still needs a solution, at least we've lightened the load in here, literally. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've ever had to face a closet overflowing with shoes and bags and clothes, let me know in the comments. How do you decide what stays and what goes? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more decluttering adventures. By liking, commenting, and subscribing, you're not just supporting this channel, you're becoming part of the mission to transform lives one home at a time, and ensuring I can continue to bring help to those truly in need. Until next time, keep creating spaces you love, even if they're a little chaotic at first.